Thanks for watching. If you hear chainsaws going on in the background, that's not me unboxing something secretly. That's just the fact that I live in the forest and people are cutting wood over here. Anyway, on to this car that I have over here. This is my Yeti XL kit. You've seen me unbox it. You have not seen me build it because I find those videos extremely boring. So I figured I would just, like I did with the smaller Yeti, I will just take you over my findings as I've built the car and tell you a bit about it. So what you've got, it's a huge car. Let me put that out there first. It is indeed what I said. It's 6 scale. It has nothing to do with 8 scale. It's really nice of Axial to pretend that it is a smaller car than it actually is, but this thing is huge. So 8 scale, that's like the understatement of the year. It is such a surprise to see a company like Axial come out with a car like this, because we've been, if I speak for everybody who is into large-scale vehicles, we've been nagging manufacturers for years to please give us something that's four-wheel drive with a solid rear axle and independent front suspension. And I would have expected any other company out there to come out with something that's like this. But Axial pulled it off, and I must say that they pulled it off in a way that's way beyond my wildest imagination. Let me take the body off real quick. That's also I think one of the only annoying points that I can tell you is that compared to the regular Yeti has 2 pins in the back. I keep looking over there because that's where it's standing. There's 2 regular body clips in the back that you can just pull out, and then you have like a curled around bracket that hooks up to the cage that's on the chassis. So you can take off the entire body and cage. In this case, with the Yeti XL, there's like 2 fixed brackets in the back. So you pull out the body clips in the front, which I already did, and then you're only able to lift it up like this. You can already tell that that's not really, doesn't give you enough room to access anything on the chassis. You could, of course, lift it up and then make something that hooks around that solid rear axle, so it will actually stay in place like this, which would give you enough room to work with. But that's the only thing. I would have liked to see the entire body and cage come off, so that's why I did not mount those brackets in the back. Well, first things first, it is huge. And for what it is, for its size, I do not think that it is too heavy. Mind you, I have not put in the electronics yet. I'm going to run a Castle Mamba Monster 2 with a 2200 kV system in there, pretty similar to what you would find in the Yeti XL ready to run, or completely similar. But yeah, the weight of it really good. So this thing will go like a bat out of hell, especially on 6S. I will turn it like this first, because what I think is really nice is the fact that there is practically no bulkhead. So in most cars you find a really big bulkhead, limiting your suspension travel more or less, so you got some space going on between those front A-arms. These, as you can tell over here in the bottom, I hope, otherwise I will get you a close-up. These are almost sitting against each other, giving you a max amount of suspension travel. I will get to the shocks a tiny bit later, but I thought that was a really nice layout. It's unlike anything that I've ever seen in RC, and especially in a larger scale. So I thought that was something nice. Now keep in mind, this is not a difficult car to build. It is a lot of work to build it. But putting together a differential, stuff like that, just really take your time to do that. There's a diff in the front, and that's different from the 10 scale Yeti. There's also a differential in the back instead of having a locker over there. The CVDs, really nice quality. Again, I can't find anything on this car that's in need of some direct attention, and I can't find anything on this car, especially considering the price tag, that I think you're not really getting your value for money over there. I will nitpick, of course, a tiny bit as we move backwards over the chassis. On the bottom you find a really big aluminium bracket. A tiny bit of a hassle to get it into place, so make sure that you take your time to do that. Don't lock everything in one go and then try to attempt to put these screws in the bottom of the main chassis, because that won't work. So you really need to take it one step at a time. Kind of reminded me of putting together my Exoterra. So the black piece that you see over here, and also the black piece that you see on the top here, that's actually anodized aluminum and making it very, very sturdy. Well, moving a tiny bit backward over here, you see the battery trays. These trays are more than big enough to house a big 3-cell LiPo, so that's also exactly what I will be doing. The castle system is capable of taking a 6-cell beating. And if I really want to give this car a good thrashing, then that's what I will be doing. I hear most people say that it's more than adequate enough on 4-cell, so well, that's also an option. If you just want to have some fun, still get some good speed and not completely bash the living shit out of it, then I will be running 4 cells 2x2. And well, with these battery compartments, that's no problem at all. Over here, I forgot to say that in the unboxing, but you have of course figured that one out already. There's a sway bar. This is not something that comes on ready to run. I do think that it will get rid of a lot of that torque twist that you heard people talking about and some people complaining about. I think that it is nice. It's something that is defining a chassis like this. With a solid rear axle, I mean those Dakar cars and the Baja cars as well. If you see them running on asphalt, for example, or if they get like a total amount of grip on the rear wheels, all of a sudden you see the chassis coming up, putting it one paw in the air, kind of waving at the crowd. And I like that. It's a different experience. If you want to have like regular 4-wheel drive, then you need to find something with 4 regular A-arms and dog bones or CVDs. This is something else, this is something different. This is, well, we've asked for it, we got it. I think it is super cool. The rear trailing arms, they're reinforced as well. So you get these champagne anodized, call it champagne, bronze, call it whatever you want, gold. Aluminium plates to reinforce that, keep everything into place over there. On each side. I'm pretty sure that after a while also some reinforcement plates for the upper links will be released, just to have a matching color and also matching rigidity in that area. The rear axle, it is massive. Again, this is such a nice surprise of a company like Axial to come out with something that I would have expected from another company. But well, nice plastics used, nice differential in there. Everything looks and feels good. It doesn't feel like this is going to give me any problems anytime soon. There are some concerns from what I've heard about the center drive shaft. I think that's something that you can address yourself if you're on a budget by putting like a pipe or something inside the center drive axle. That axle, it is hollow to make sure that you can connect the couplers on each end. So if you want to reinforce it a tiny bit, I think sliding in an aluminum pipe or something like that, or a piece of tubing, that will take away a whole lot of the possibilities of it perhaps caving in on itself. But I don't know, I will run it as it is at first. In the center of the chassis, you do not see that, you won't see it in close-ups either. There's an aluminium motor mount. I decided not to put that in yet because I'm still waiting for that Castle brushless system that I'm going to fit in there. There's well, good enough room to put an ESC in there. And the only thing that I would have perhaps liked to have seen was that also a possibility for the steering servo to be like a big scale steering servo instead of just having a regular size steering servo in there. But well, we will see how it holds up. I ordered a pretty torquey and fast servo. So I'm excited to see how that goes. Perhaps with the car not being like a total heavyweight, it will be okay. But well, we'll see. Shocks. These piggybacks, they're fake. Piggybacks, resis, whatever you want to call them. They are aluminium, but they just mount with a screw in the shock cap. Now you do not have to run them if you think, oh, it's fake. I don't like that. You can also, they're supplied with, there's also a shock cap without the possibility to mount these resis or piggybacks. I decided to mount them because I think that they look really cool, especially because it's an Icon licensed shock. You get the stickers there as well, just to make those resis look even more real than they already do. So yeah, they're just for looks, but these shocks, they're so nice. You have a lot of shock piston options right out of the gate, because Axial supplies with plenty of different holes, different size holes. So just find a setup that you think will work best for you. You get 30 weight oil for the front and you get 10 weight oil for the back. I decided to run 30 all around. I also mounted some different pistons in the back. So instead of having 6 holes, I actually went for 2, because I think with the spare tire sitting on the back of the cage, it will be a quite heavy car in the back on landing jumps. So that's just my personal suggestion. Also take care when you put these shocks together not to get the springs messed up, because there are actually different springs in the front than there are in the back, and there are different springs on the top as well than there are on the bottom. So front is white and yellow, back is red and green. So keep that in mind when you put the car together. Just don't mess that up, because the shocks are the exact same length. It's not like with the smaller Yeti that you can determine which shocks you're actually handling by just looking at the size of them. The shocks are also totally different from the ones that you would find on the regular Yeti XL, the ready-to-run version. They don't have the double spring setup, I believe. And well, of course, with all the licensed stuff, yeah, you know, this might be something that you want to look into somewhere along the line. On the back here you find that fake fuel cell. It will give you an opportunity to run some extra electronics, although it is a bit of a hassle to get to it with the bracket going over there. But yeah, you know, some extra room for electronics is always nice to have. Well, what else can I tell you? Not really that much, just for a size comparison. Oh no, I do need to tell you something. Compared to the ready-to-run, I believe the ready-to-run came with 12mm wheel hexes. And this one comes with 17mm wheel hexes. Gives you a lot more wheel and tire options right out of the gate. And is also less prone to you stripping out the wheel nut or not being able to get like a good grip on it. So that's also something that they have addressed, and something that I really like. Tires feel nice, Falcon Wild Peak tires. The rims look nice, raceline rims. The only thing that I would have liked to see was beadlock rims instead of these tires that you need to glue on. I still need to do that, by the way, and I hate gluing tires. I think this is the most awesome release in my book that I've seen in the past 4 years, ever since the Losi 5 came out. This is something that I am super excited about. Not just because it has the solid rear axle, also because scale realism is put into a larger scale vehicle with lots of licensed parts, lots of possibilities to customize it. I think a whole lot of opportunity to have fun with it. Scale interior looks absolutely sick. I love the fact that these body panels are separate, so in case you damage something, you can just replace whatever part you need to replace. Conclusion. Before I do conclusion, let me pick up the 10 scale Yeti so you can see size difference, because I know a lot of people have been wondering about that. Again, this is a very big car for a 10 scale. I believe this is 8 scale, and this is a huge car for 8 scale, so I believe this to be 6 scale. I will also show that later on, because I have an FG Beetle body, which is 6 scale, ready to be dropped on here, at least the back half. So I'm going to have some fun with that, experiment a bit with some different looks, and we'll see how we can customize it and how we can make this thing a bit different than all the other Yeti XLs or Yeti XL kits out there. Anyway, I hope you found this informative. Yeah, let me turn them like this so you have another view of this huge monster. I cannot wait for my electrics to come in. Can't wait to take it out. Can't wait to, well, need to paint it up first, of course. But this is going to be a ton of fun, especially in the summertime, because winter is on its way out. Thank God. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button. Check the links in the description box to read some more about the Yeti XL kit, because I'm pretty sure that I forgot to tell you a ton of stuff. Also check the links in the description box for links to my Facebook, Instagram and all that stuff. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done that already. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye bye.